You are tuned in to the JDawg and Leevis Show. After years of playing together in bands and tons of late-night conversations, it was decided that it was only fair we repeat it all here. Tonight on the JDawg and Leevis Show. Stop it. Stop it. We got a bunch of girls on the show tonight.
Yes, we do.
Talking to us on the phone.
And not just any girls, cool girls.
Cool girls. We have. Are you ready? Drum roll.
I'm
Go.
Drum roll. Stop it. Sorry, that's my creepy 80s.
We've got Boobie Trap from the roller derby world here on the JDawg and Leevis Show as part of Contact List Roulette.
Yes.
In our, I should say, defective Contact List Roulette from last week. Calling us back.
We have made amends.
After another voicemail left is Florida Amy, ladies and gentlemen. Florida Amy here on the JDawg and Leevis Show. All the way from Florida.
Oh, okay.
No.
I was thinking Idaho, but
No.
I was way off.
From Boise.
Three time zones, not even close.
From Walt Disney World in Boise, Idaho. So we had that. We're also going to talk a little bit about Minihans, our latest experience there. We haven't been there in a while. Going to talk about teachers dying. Different deaths of teachers that we had in high school and what led up to their deaths.
When you put it that way, it sounds so morose.
It
But
does.
it really did just kind of come up in conversation.
Doesn't it make you want to listen? See, and then he does that. So yes, teacher deaths, Florida Amy, Boobie Trap, and all that and much more here tonight on the JDawg and Leevis Show, podcast number 20.
2-ish.
He doesn't know. It's 23, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm still here. I just stay here in the basement.
Enjoy!
Hasty courage. Sunshine, go away today. Don't feel much like dancing. Some man's gone, he's trying to run my life. He don't know what he's asking. He tells me I better get in line. Can't hear what he's saying. When I grow up, I'm gonna make it mine. These ain't dues I've been paying. How much does it cost? I'll buy it. The time is all we've lost. I'll try it. He can't even run his own life. Be damned if he'll run mine. Sunshine, sunshine, go away today. Don't feel much like dancing. Some man's gone, he's trying to run my life. He don't know what he's asking. Working starts to make me wonder where fruits of what you are growing. He says in love and war all is fair. He's got cards he ain't showing. How much does it cost? I'll buy it. The time is all we've lost. I'll try it. He can't even run his own life. I'll be damned if he runs mine. Sunshine, sunshine, come on back another day. Promise you I'll be singing. This old world, she's gonna turn around. Brand new bells will be ringing.
A little something different.
Indeed.
What was that called again?
Sunshine. It came out about 1,000 years ago, the same year that I was born, actually.
It's not the Brady Sunshine.
No, it's a different Sunshine.
Okay.
But yeah, it's kind of a Doing music is sort of a mixed blessing. I mean, I love doing it, but usually I come in cold, and we do it in one take.
Yes, we do.
So you get it raw, folks.
And just so you know,
sometimes it's a little more raw than others.
Just so you know, I now have several of Leevis's songs that are all recorded, and I'm going to put an album together of live Leevis recordings. And I'm going to sell it for $0.05 a piece.
I was going to say, that's my mom might buy 2 at that rate.
And my guess is after 1 week of sales, I'll probably have about $2.35.
That's generous.
So, interesting week.
How you doing, JDawg?
It's been an interesting week.
Okay. Why don't you tell me about your interesting week?
It's Olympic week.
It is Olympic week.
I've been watching them every night with my children's.
Fill me in, because we are the Olympic equivalents of Grinches this year.
It takes an athlete to appreciate an athlete.
Yes.
If you know what I'm
absolutely.
Being the swimmer that I am.
Oh, I thought you were going to say the shoe tire.
And let's, just to explain what kind of an athlete I am, let's just go back about 3 years to a triathlon.
Yes.
That Leevis and I entered. It was about 3 years ago.
Oh, man.
And we entered this. It was a indoor triathlon.
That was back when my knees didn't hurt.
And it was, do they hurt now?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, we should probably do it again then. So it was a 10-minute swim.
Mm-hmm.
I believe it was a half-hour bike ride.
And
then it was a 20-minute run.
I think so.
And just go as far as you can in each event.
It was a 10, 20, 30. So theoretically, you're done in an hour.
Yes.
Which is about all I can give to a triathlon.
That's as much as I can give.
Yeah.
So the first event, swimming, how many laps can you do? I believe I knocked off 17.
All I know is that I wasn't even eating your dust.
Exactly. That's why you can't appreciate Michael Phelps. And then it went to the biking.
Yes.
Right? I believe I ripped off 17 miles in a half hour.
Probably, because you were a big cheater.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you see, here's the thing, people, is that he invited me to this, hey, Gart.
I don't know how you can cheat just pedaling a bike.
Yeah, Leevis, why don't you go, join me in this triathlon? And I'm like, oh, okay. Well, first of all, he swam in high school. Second of all, he had been taking a spinning class for 6 months.
That's not cheating.
It's cheating.
It's preparing. It's getting in tune.
In tone, yeah. Oh, you were toned back then. I have a great picture of you from that, I think.
I was toned to the tune of about 2:30. And then we got to the run, and I thought, you know what? I'm just gonna sweep Leevis under the table here, and couldn't do it.
Well,
not on the run.
2 out of 3, and
not on the run.
I had vengeance on my mind.
Which is why when the running actually starts next week in the track and field events, I could care less, because Leevis will be tuned in. He will be Usain bolted to the television.
That's bad.
That's pretty bad.
And actually, I probably won't be, because that would involve owning a television, and we still haven't crossed that threshold yet.
Well, let me have you know, right now, as we speak, the Chicago Bears are playing.
Oh.
And let me just throw this out there and put it on radio. I could care less.
I was going to say, you're not watching it.
Isn't that sad? What shirt am I wearing right now?
It's Detroit Lions.
I am wearing a Detroit Lions shirt on the opening night of preseason for the Chicago Bears, because I don't care.
Apparently not. You're in for a big surprise this season.
I don't know
which will be fun.
I don't know if I mentioned it in earlier shows that my New Year's resolution was to give up talk radio.
Yes.
Sports talk radio.
You told me about it.
And I've still stuck to it.
Okay.
I've listened to it all year, so I have no idea what the Bears have done. I don't know who they drafted. I don't know what the expectations are. I could care less.
I think their colors are the same. Do you really need to know anything more?
No, not really.
Hey. Well, if you have something else to say.
I was just going to say, but when they play their opening game,
yeah,
it's going to be like watching that movie you've never seen a trailer for.
And that's what I was just going to say.
And I can't wait for that.
Okay.
So then I have no expectations. I don't know what the team's about, and I'm just going to watch them.
Okay.
And they have one game to prove themselves to me.
and then you're going Lions full bore.
and then I'm going out and buying a Lions wardrobe of Honolulu blue.
So, speaking of movies that you never saw a trailer for, I went and saw Suicide Squad this week.
You did?
I did.
Let me ask you this right out of the bat.
And I had not seen a trailer for it.
I was going to ask you something out of the bat and you interrupted me.
Well, you go, fine. Out of the bat.
Would you bring an 11-year-old to that movie? I'm hearing mixed reviews.
How offended are you by language?
Well, the way my wife and I cuss around the children probably wouldn't be too bad.
You see, the violence isn't going to get you, but there are some anatomical descriptions that I thought were a little heavy for a PG-13 movie. But the 12-year-olds in the audience thought it was great. So, I don't know.
The other thing I have to let go of is that my daughter knows more than I think she does.
Yeah, that's probably true.
It's not like it's going to be a shock.
I
mean, it's not Deadpool. I know that.
These are words that she's heard. Yeah, but what? Okay, so here's my no spoiler review of Suicide Squad. And
what did we call that with Asian Matt?
No spoil. I don't remember.
It was a bit, but it only lasted one show.
Yeah, no.
The
vague
reviews. Vague movie reviews.
Yes, vague movie
there
reviews. So, Suicide Squad has a bunch of nefarious characters that all get together and then solve a problem. That's pretty vague.
Yeah. And they're all bad guys.
Yeah,
but that's that.
The problem is that I didn't know any of them. I had heard of Harley Quinn. I at least could recognize her on screen, but the other 6-ish people, I had no idea.
Well, there's the one girl, the Chinese girl, Oriental girl, Katana. Is it Katana?
Yes.
She's from Arrow.
Okay.
She was on several Arrow episodes.
So two characters.
So that's the only reason I know her.
Okay.
I've never heard of her before that, but
she does make a showing. So, the thing is bottom line, the movie ends, and I still didn't care about them. I didn't know who they were when it started. I really didn't care about them at the end. In contrast, let's talk about, like Guardians of the Galaxy. Same situation. By the end of the movie, I'm crying for that stupid raccoon.
Yes.
So, I didn't know.
And dying for a sequel.
Yes, exactly. I didn't know I could get so attached to a tree creature, within an hour.
Baby Groot.
And
Baby Groot was fantastic.
So, it's hard to watch Suicide Squad in the sense that you've already seen it done right, and Suicide Squad doesn't build more onto that. Yeah. And afterwards, the credits start rolling, and I realized that it was written and directed by the same person, which it's kind of a hard...
Yeah, you kind of got to let go of that.
Yeah.
You got to write it and hand it off.
I think so, unless you're Joss Whedon. There are a few people who can get away with it. This guy couldn't. I don't even know who it was. So, anyway, it's all right, but it's not... And you got to get through the first half an hour, 45 minutes, and then it turns into a regular movie.
Well, if it's done anything, it's definitely boosted sales at Hot Topic for Harley Quinn's shirt.
Yes. Yeah, there's a lot of Daddy's Little Monsters out
because
there.
Because they are sold out.
Yeah, that doesn't
I went to buy
me.
one for myself. I'm going to buy one a couple sizes too small, and get me a baseball bat and head on into work.
Yeah, you're right. She's going to be big this Halloween. We can bet on that.
So, yes, my 11-year-old daughter asked if she could go see it.
I see.
And I was trying to find... I now have a couple reviews, and I'm very iffy about it.
Yeah.
So I think it's right on the edge of a PG-13.
Yeah, and really because of the language, not because of... And you know what? Will Smith is in it. He's good. He's fine. He can... But there's too much going on for him to carry the
Did he punch any aliens?
There's a couple aliens.
You got to punch an alien if you're Will Smith.
Yeah, it's true.
Or it's just not worth making a movie.
You know what? I don't know if he actually punched an alien or not. By the true definition, no, he couldn't. There were no aliens per se. There were mutants.
Punch an alien and say "Welcome to Earth."
Yeah, no, that didn't happen. That was another movie.
Then why go see?
That's
the movie?
probably why he didn't do Independence Day 2.
I saw a quick clip on YouTube. It was the Jimmy Fallon show, and he had Will Smith on as a guest. And he did the whole thing, Will Smith, Academy Award, blah, blah, blah. Will Smith, everybody. And he comes out and he shakes his hand and he sits down and he's like, I could really do a lot better intro than that. And he leaves. And he comes back like 2 or 3 times. One time he comes back and there's like confetti coming down. Then the third time there was like a chorus line that he walked through with a red carpet. And then he's like, I can top all of that. And the 4th time he came out, it was raining confetti. The chorus line came back out, but then there was a church choir behind him, all singing Will Smith, some kind of song about Will Smith, and he comes out on a unicorn. And he hops off the unicorn, dances up to the front of the red carpet, and they both agree that it can't get any better than that.
Yeah,
So
that's pretty good.
I appreciate him as an actor. I think he's funny. If you went after any actor and found out their personal life, you'd probably hate them all.
Right.
And he gets some pretty bad rap in the media, but I like what he does. So I'm definitely going to see the movie.
Mm-hmm.
But
Whether you
again,
take your
it's one of those, like you said, I don't know anything about it, so I expect this movie to fill me in, and I'm hearing that it doesn't fill you in.
Yeah, it does, but it's like flipping through a newspaper. You know, it's kind of like, oh, okay, here's a character, here's a character, here's a character, here's a character.
Oh, here's another
Right.
one, and I think we can talk about this now.
Okay.
Is Batman vs Superman, because it's been out for a while.
Yeah.
Have you seen it?
I have not seen it.
All right, then I won't go into detail, but I've watched the
My
first.
understanding is that both Batman and Superman are in it. Is that correct?
They are.
Okay.
I haven't finished it.
All right.
I've watched the first 45 minutes, and I'm bored out of my frickin' mind.
Mm-hmm.
You want to talk about the Flight of the Conchords song? Get to the effing monkey, which referred to King Kong, which took an hour and a half to get to the monkey. This had me leaving the same feeling. I don't know what's going. I've lost so much interest. There's like characters that have come in that are supposed to be important. I don't know who they are.
Yeah,
I don't care. Lex Luthor's just he
sort
should
of
just
there.
stick to Rio and be the bird. I don't know, but I haven't even. I've been in it for 45 minutes and I haven't. I just want to see him fight.
Yeah.
That's what it's all about.
Right.
I want to see him punch each other. Ugh.
So
Maybe I'm just obsessed with punching.
maybe you need more. Well, there's plenty of bashing in Suicide Squad. If you need a good bashing.
Well, with a name like that, you got to have some bashing.
Yeah, you know, I was going to break the vague rule, but someday when I can break the vague rule, I will say that it suffers from the same problem that I have complained about, not so much on air, but about the Expendables.
Oh, yes.
So, you know, the Expendables had this problem with, you know, how many of them actually died.
Yeah.
You
Well, the
know?
actors didn't want to die.
Yeah.
And if they did die, it had to be a horrific death. They didn't want,
Yeah.
because they were the Expendables.
But, you know, if you call something the Expendables, or
Yeah, you're expendable.
you should be expendable.
Yeah.
If you're called the
any
Suicide
point.
Squad, you know, there should be some expectation, and I don't know. I was never convinced that the characters were really in peril.
No.
Let me put it that way. That was probably too much for a vague
Maybe in
review.
Suicide Squad 2 they'll be in peril.
Maybe. So-
Yeah, the Expendables, but when you got to admit, when that movie started, it was nonstop killing from the minute it started till the end. And that's all it was for. I don't care what the plot is. Just get the big gun out
Yeah.
and vaporize people.
Give them a reason to go hunt somebody down, and that's all it takes.
Well,
Oh.
of the-
Do you hear my chair creaking?
I do.
That's
I do.
the,
It's just what it's doing. It's talking to you, saying, "I'm glad you're back." You know, this is the second week in a row now that I haven't had to deal with Asian Matt sitting on me, spreading his teriyaki sauce all over. So, it's talking to you. All this comic book talk, though, kind of leads up to who we've decided to call on Contact List Roulette tonight.
Yes.
It's I'm trying to remember which podcast it was. Back around 5, 6, 7, somewhere in the early days.
Yeah.
We did a roller derby show.
Yes.
And we had nitroglycerin
Mm-hmm.
and Boobie Trap.
Yep.
Boobie Trap is on the call list tonight.
Woohoo!
And from what I understand, she's at Comic-Con?
She's not there now, but
Oh,
she
okay.
has been recently.
Oh, okay. So not at the moment.
Right.
Okay.
But you can accuse her of that. You can talk to her as if she were at Comic-Con. That would be pretty funny.
So I believe you have her number.
Oh yeah.
So why don't you go ahead and get that out? Because
All right.
Contact List Roulette is all live. So we're just going to go ahead and do the dial here. And
Okay.
if she answers, she answers. If she doesn't, she doesn't.
All right. Just. Oop.
Need hold music for the show.
Okay, hang on here.
He's got to go through all the girls' numbers in
because
his
I'm
black
so
book.
popular.
There you go. Hold, please, while we get the number here.
Boobie Trap would certainly approve of this music.
You still have to dial the 1?
I have no idea.
I don't think you do.
I don't think you do.
The cell phoneage. I'm gonna.
I think it just ignores the one. I think if you type the one, it knows you're over 40.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
All right, so the number is... All right, I think I got it right there, so... All right, let's give her a call.
Can we get off the elevator now?
We are off the elevator. Contact list roulette.
I hope it's Boobie Trap. See, now we're surprising her.
Is it Boobie Trap or Boobie Twap?
Hello?
Hello.
Is this...
Hello!
Is this the one and only Boobie Trap?
Well, to be fair, there is another one out in California, but she plays Renegade Derby, so...
Oh, yeah.
I am not the one and only.
Oh, we don't want to talk to
you
that
are.
one.
You're the original Boobie Trap. The other is the imposter Boobie Trap.
Well,
The imposter from the West Coast.
Yeah, she's probably only half the Boobie Trap that you are, at the most.
which is still quite a booby trap.
Wow.
I found her on Facebook, and I tried to talk to her, but she wouldn't talk back. So.
You see, that's what I'm saying. She's got no personality already.
Well, here's the thing, Booby Trap. We have a segment on the show now that's called Contact List Roulette. And your name came up tonight, so welcome to the show.
Surprise!
Here, Lee's going to sing you the song for the segment. Go ahead.
Contact List Roulette.
There you go.
That's as much as I got.
That's a good start. Or is that all of it?
It's my hook. Yeah, I just need 3 verses and a bridge, and I'm good to go.
Okay.
All right, so there's a rumor mill now, Booby Trap,
Yes.
that you have recently visited Comic-Con.
I have not recently visited Comic-Con.
I said it was a rumor.
Oh, okay. Well,
Don't get all mad at me now.
No, I'm gently correcting it. I went to Gen Con in Indy.
Gen Con.
Gen Con.
Yeah.
Gen Con.
It's a con.
Yes.
So-
Gen Con. It is a con. It's for tabletop gaming. So it's just as nerdy.
I went somewhere in Indiana once for tabletop dancing. But never tabletop gaming.
That's a different con altogether. Although I'm sure there's just as many costumes.
Lots of sequins. Glitter. Kind of a mess, actually. Oh, so yeah, we just got...
clean up after that con.
So tabletop gaming. What's your current favorite?
Well, I'm going to be that person to say D&D because D&D is amazing.
Double D.
Yeah.
Booby Trap.
Double D.
Go figure.
Dungeons and Dragons, which I have quite an interesting background with Dungeons and Dragons myself.
You do.
When I was growing up, my family was extremely religious. I know, right? You can tell. You can tell by my personality, right?
Are you a rebellious Catholic girl? Maybe.
I will neither confirm nor deny. Well, not Catholic, Lutheran.
It's the Protestant side.
Mm-hmm.
I don't get any of that. Lutheran, Protestant.
Yeah. JDawg was...
I'm Buddhist myself.
He was not... What do you call that? Not exposed to that part of his childhood.
No.
So,
no.
I, however, know where you're coming from. So, anyway,
Okay.
Dungeons and Dragons.
So you understand.
the game of the
you
devil.
understand
Absolutely.
What happened in a conversation
Oh, yeah.
when I asked my mom what was Dungeons and Dragons. Because when I was growing up, I was obsessed with the game Baldur's Gate, which is a computer game which has the same rule setup as Dungeons and Dragons.
Wait, which
I
game?
want to play it so bad.
Which game was
Baldur's
that?
Gate.
Oh, yeah.
Baldur's Gate.
Yeah,
Yes.
Baldur's. Uh-huh.
Love that game.
Yep.
Especially the guy with the hamster in his pocket. And if you clicked on him, he'd always say, "Go for the eyes, Boo! Go for the eyes!" Ah! Yeah, that was my childhood.
There was a movie on Cinemax that was called The Guy with the Hamster in His Pocket. It was like 3 a.m.
Yeah.
I watched that one. It was very interesting.
I don't believe
Yeah.
you.
I'm sure you were flagged by NSA or somebody watching that.
There was a knock on the door, but I was too drunk to get up.
JDawg's way
So when
past
I
that.
asked my
He's into
mom-
guinea pigs now.
Mhm.
So
Oh dear.
Oh.
Oh dear. When I asked my mother about Dungeons and Dragons, instead of like explaining it to me, like, oh yeah, it's a tabletop game where people role play different characters, she gasped, had a heart attack, and then and got me to focus on the family radio show where it explained how evil Dungeons and Dragons was.
oh my gosh.
Focus on the family.
And yet somehow
Yes, focus on.
you have survived. That's the important part here.
Somehow I turned out normal.
Yes.
Somehow I turned out normal. So my second interaction with D&D, I hadn't, I played Boulder Skate, I played all those other games, but I never found any other gaming friends until I started dating this one guy, and he was really Dungeons and Dragons. So, but whenever his friends would come over to play it, he would make me entertain the wives and girlfriends of all the other people. He would not let me play.
You see,
Girls cannot play D&D.
that's uncool.
And that's why he's an ex-boyfriend.
Needless to say, that relationship did not last very long.
When you play Double D, you got to include me.
Right.
You gotta include.
So did you just walk around like an hors d'oeuvre tray and champagne while they were playing Dungeons and Dragons?
Cigarette girl, I'm guessing.
Well, I kept on trying to come in the room and suggest hey, why don't you cast fireball? Stuff like that, and they kept on shooting me out. I was not into entertaining.
I'm not
I wanted
casting a
to
fireball,
play.
and I need more cheese and crackers.
Exactly.
Did he yell at you for, this isn't a fireball situation. It's a magic missile situation, clearly. Now get out and get me Cheetos.
I don't think he knew what magic missile was. It showed you how awful he was.
Yeah.
Why don't you
He
explain to
wouldn't let
me
his
what a
girlfriend
magic
play
missile
Dungeons
is?
and Dragons.
I'd very much like
If
to know
your
about this.
girlfriend wants to play Dungeons and Dragons, you play. You let her play Dungeons and
Yeah,
Dragons.
no kidding.
Yeah, especially if you're into Dungeons and Dragons, why wouldn't you want the girlfriend that wants to play?
Yes.
My lord.
Then you're the guy whose girlfriend plays Dungeons and Dragons. That
Yes.
You would think that would give you, extra points, but maybe he was intimidated.
And now,
Maybe he didn't want your character to, outclass his.
Well, here's the thing with Dungeons and
well, I classed him as a person, so I'm sure that was.
Here's the thing with Dungeons and Dragons. I tried as hard as I could. I even spent almost a 2-week period of returning to the same game. And I just didn't want to do it anymore because it just took too long. You know how busy I am and how many important things I have going on in my life and always have. So I just didn't want to do it.
Which is why you sit in a basement doing recordings.
But then I do other things in the basement. Other than,
Yeah.
I record
That's
a
what I
lot.
was thinking, but you put
So-
it out first.
So then the card game came out and I was introduced to it, Magic the Gathering.
Mm-hmm.
And to me,
Yes.
that was Dungeons and Dragons in 10-minute rounds.
Yeah.
So that's why I
they're
fell in love with it,
longer
'cause
rounds
I
than
liked-
me, 'cause I wear. Mhm.
I like Dungeons and Dragons. I just didn't want to play for weeks. That was the only drawback I had, but I loved the whole idea of the game.
You know that you take breaks, right? Like you
No.
eat for like 3
No, they
hours,
wouldn't-
and
they
then
wouldn't
you,
let me.
Like 2 weeks later. Oh, they really kept you in the basement for that long? Yeah, I can see why you didn't want to play.
They wouldn't let me take breaks. I had to come back every week.
All right. Yeah, before we get onto more Gen Con stuff, I got to tell you if it wasn't my very first experience with Dungeons and Dragons, it was real close. I actually played Dungeons and Dragons at church.
Whoa.
And what was your character? I'm like, what did you play?
It's true. I
Satan.
the son of the devil, of course. No, the son of the choir director was enjoyed being a dungeon master, and so here's what I remember. I remember spending an inordinate amount of time building a first level rogue that had 4 hit points, and when we finally played, I got killed by the first giant rat in the room.
The Ratatata?
Yeah, pretty much. It was like, we had spent 2.5 hours rolling, and whatnot, and explaining exactly what a rogue did and everything, and then
And you got killed by a rat.
and then I got killed by the first rat I ran into. So, and
Well, first of all, it shouldn't take that long to create a character.
well, you know, when you're 12,
You have no attention span.
yes. So it was probably 15 minutes, but it felt like forever.
So, Lee's killed by a rat.
Yes.
I had a hamster in my pocket. And Dungeons and Dragons is the glorious game. So, okay, so Dungeons and Dragons. We know that you're definitely Dungeons and Dragons. What other types of role-playing games have you gotten involved in?
I think he wants to know if you like Magic or not.
And there's one, and I can't remember the name of it, but when I went to buy my Magic the Gathering cards, there was always like 4 guys in the back around a table setting up little castles.
Oh.
And I can't remember the name of the game.
Is that
But
like
it was like
Warhammer?
every choose.
Is
Maybe that was it.
Warhammer
Yeah,
2000.
would it be Warhammer?
But isn't that? I believe that is it. Isn't Warhammer more of a game where you literally build things, like you build structures on
I
the
know
board?
there's a lot of painting involved.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's for
I have
guys
axes
who.
really into that too. I have a lot of axes.
I think Warhammer is for guys that didn't get to paint their nails as young children, and then they want to
And really
paint other
enjoy
things.
it.
Yeah.
Well, then I definitely wouldn't have played
Well,
I painted my nails all the time.
Gathering.
You do or you
And
don't.
I do. The card deck that I put together is a combination of blue and white.
See, you know
Because
she.
I really like the.
You know she's serious because she knows exactly what kind of. She's not.
it. Well, it's blue. It's blue and white because she likes being represented as an angel, but likes to be a jerk.
Yes. Yeah. Blue is
Where the blue
I
comes
like
out.
the manipulation, but I also like to heal myself every now and again.
Well, see, lately I've just been. I always played a green deck.
Yep.
The green was the forest, the nature, the animals. Control the grizzly bears. Control
big
And
creatures.
those-
the centaurs
These are awful.
and all of that. But then I started to get beat all the time, and my poor animals were taking a beating and getting lashed and hunted and crosshairs. So I said, you know what?
Mix in some black.
I said,
Use
no,
black
no.
and
I
green.
just went red and just threw fire at everyone. I just fireballs, lightning bolts.
Okay.
Let's just try and get that 20 off in the first 3 rolls. Enough is enough.
Okay.
But no, the blue and the white, I just don't go that route because I don't like being a jerk. Sorry, you don't make a lot of friends that way, and
okay.
maybe that's why you have a lot of ex-boyfriends because you played a blue deck. Perhaps it's you, Boobie
You good
Trap.
at Magic the Gathering? Okay, well, you know what? I'll stay single if that's the case.
Oh,
By the way, bringing that up, I just ended up breaking up with another guy last week, right after I got back from Gen Con. So I think there's a sign.
well, I think he deserved it.
Was there a revelation at Gen Con that I don't know. I was
Was
trying to
it
be
dirty
funny.
enough for me?
I was trying to be
Was
funny.
it dirty
Apparently, I
enough for
wasn't.
me? It wasn't dirty enough for me.
Well, let me also
No,
tell the
I
listeners here that we grace all the time online pictures of Boobie Trap's adult coloring ability,
Oh, I totally forgot about that.
and every one of these I think is pretty much.
Oh, they're brilliant.
They're brilliant. They're bright. They're well designed as far as the color mixture. However,
a lot of blue and white.
inside a lot of blue and white. Inside of each design is a designated word, which I believe goes out to most ex-boyfriends.
Yes, there's my favorite one, and I'm not going to say the bad word.
Now, remember,
But-
this is a pre-recorded podcast. I can always beep over it. We can South Park the heck out of it.
Oh, can I? Okay, so
Actually,
I'm
go
gonna
ahead,
say
and I
my
will-
favorite one.
I
Okay.
will beep over it.
Okay. My favorite thing that I've colored says, "Go f yourself. You'll be disappointed." It's the best thing ever.
Maybe I won't beep it out. That was...
Well, to be honest, maybe the reason why I broke up with this guy last week is because when I went to Gen Con, I got to meet Matthew Mercer, and I just realized that no one will get to that level, and I was just like, nope. I want Matthew Mercer or nobody.
All right, so explain to us who Matthew Mercer is.
He is a voice actor who also DMs for the TV show called Critical Role, which I paused to talk to you guys because it's playing right now.
Wait a minute. This guy Mercer, you paused him for JDawg and Leevis.
I paused him for you guys.
Then maybe you shouldn't go back to him. Maybe you created another pinnacle for yourself and reached it.
Maybe I should. Maybe we should stop overanalyzing my life and just enjoy the nerdy part, okay?
You know what? I'm
little
thinking
too personal, JDawg, I guess.
I'm thinking a segment should be born out of this. I think a segment should be born out of this, and it should be adult coloring readings by Boobie Traps. Just some nice, gentle music in the background. Just have you read some of your adult colorings. I think I feel that coming down the pipe there.
Of course size matters. Do you think you want a small glass of wine? It doesn't
nice.
For everybody.
Give us a couple more.
Your brother is cuter.
Wait, what's that again? Say that one again. Say that. Wait, hold on. Go back, and what I'm going to do, I want you to say like 3 or 4 in a row. I'm just going to turn our mics off right now. Go.
Oh, dear Jesus. Oh, now I forgot all of them, what I just said.
Oh, you remember? No, you're going to remember them. Mic's going off. Go. Okay. You're on the spot.
Can I have your best friend's number now? Of course size matters. No one wants a small glass of wine. Your brother is cuter.
There you go.
See, everybody.
And if we just dub a little music over that, that's a wonderful segment.
Yeah, I like it. I'll send you more when I come across them.
Your brother is cuter.
I am nowhere near done.
She's got stacks and stacks of coloring books.
And then I think I'll post some of your art on our Facebook page.
That's awesome, as long as you don't mind the F-bombs.
I can beep that out, too.
They're very therapeutic.
We're big into pixelization. I can't even say it. No.
Okay.
Yeah. You have to use your imagination on this show.
Okay, so Matthew Mercer, a.k.a. our competition, what is he, what's he in? Is he in anything that I would know, other than Critical Role?
Well, he did Overwatch. Like, he does voices.
Oh,
and he does
Did she say Baywatch?
Anime and
No,
a ton
she
of
said-
video games.
She said Overwatch, not Baywatch.
Overwatch, which is the new the new Blizzard game. The Blizzard are the people that came out with World of Warcraft.
Right, and Diablo and those.
Yeah,
Diablo
and
2.
Yeah. I'm
Diablo
sure he's done
3.
voices. He's done voices on World of Warcraft. I can't. They're so expansive. You need to check out his IMDb because he's quite. He gets around.
He's one of those people that is everywhere, but you don't know his name.
You don't know because he's a voice actor, so he changes the way his voice sounds.
Right. That would be sneaky.
Well, I'm definitely going to look him up.
So, all right.
Sounds like my kind of guy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
DMs for the group, and all the other people in the group are all voice actors as well. And the guy plays the rogue, and I'm a rogue. Like, every time I play D&D, I'll dabble, but at my heart, I'm a rogue.
You're a backstabber. I get it.
I am a stabber. I'm a backstabber, and then I disappear. Like, that's what I do.
She's a rogue, and she's epic.
And there are no parallels to real life. And there's another voice actor on Critical Role who plays a rogue. His name is Liam O'Brien, and he is also one of my favorites.
Gotcha.
He also did the voice for my favorite bad guy from World of Warcraft called Illidan, and he would always yell, like in the middle of the battle, he would yell, "You are not prepared!" And it's so epic. And I actually had a guy say that to me during sex once, and it killed the mood.
You are not prepared.
You are not. Oh yes, honey. I think I am very prepared.
And then came right back with, "Why don't you go F yourself? You won't be disappointed."
And leave your brother's number on the wall on your way out. Yes.
Yep, on your way out.
You are not prepared.
Don't let the door hit you on the.
Like what? You didn't have a bucket of ice and like a safety net by the bed? How are you not prepared?
I think what he meant was I didn't have like sandwich things available in the kitchen to go make him a sandwich after we were done.
Oh,
I
okay.
think that's what he meant.
So you didn't have food available for the after sex party. Yeah, that's pretty unprepared of you.
And I told him, if I can walk after you're done, you did not do your job.
Well, goodness gracious. Thought we were talking comics, and here we go.
I was going to say the same thing. I'm like, never a dull moment with the booby trap.
If I'm walking when we're done, you didn't do your job right.
You should write your own coloring books.
I want that
sister.
shirt. That's the next JDawg and Leevis t-shirt. If I'm walking when you're done, you didn't do your job right.
I just got the most amazing t-shirt.
Oh, yeah?
You're going to have to bleep this one out, too. You ready?
Yep.
Does running out of thoughts count as cardio?
I got a lot of post-production work to do.
We're not going to be able to post this for like 3 months.
Yeah.
So. Oh,
all right.
Well, okay. Cardio jokes aside, I happen to have seen some pictures of you being very, shall we say, roguish and covered in mud, I think.
Yes!
And doing some cardio.
Yes!
Is this a new thing? Or have you been doing these for a while?
Oh, no, it's my new obsession. So, I did a Tough Mudder. Like, listen how excited I am.
The Tough Mudder. Tell us what that is.
It is an 11-mile run.
Holy crap.
Did you say 11 miles?
She said 11.
11.
What?
Yes.
I mean,
11 miles.
is there like a not so tough mutter? Or kind of meek mutter?
Yeah, there's like mutter sprints where it's like half the mile. But to be a tough mutter, you really have to like experience the whole thing.
Okay.
And see, the running isn't the hardest part. The hardest part are all the obstacles, like because they have 25 plus obstacles, and they're really, really tough. And physically, they're very demanding, and mentally, they're very demanding as well. There was this. I mean, obviously, you can think of plenty of physically demanding. Like, I had to, like, climb over a 10-foot wall. There was, like, sheer... Like, I had to jump and grab somebody and then pull myself up, which, that's pretty hard.
Wait, are we still talking about the Tough Mudder?
Yes, we're still talking about the Tough Mudder. I don't know what you think I'm talking about.
Was there a sandwich at the end of the race?
They have you a beer at the end of the race.
Oh.
So,
that's what they do.
So they were prepared. Yeah.
They were prepared.
They were very prepared.
Were you able to walk when you were done?
No.
Then the Tough Mudder did its job correctly.
The hardest part about the Tough Mudder was walking from the finish line to my car. That was the hardest part. But there was this one obstacle that really tested your mental strength, because there was a 50-foot drop over water, and you had to jump. You had to just take hold of this trapeze and kind of swing over it, hit about, and then just drop in the water.
Oh.
When you get up there, it's like so freaking scary because you're so high. And then you realize that they don't hand you the trapeze. You have to jump out into the water. Like, you have to jump out over the water, grab the trapeze, and then swing.
Oh, man.
So it's a 50-foot drop to the water.
If you miss the trapeze on the first...
Yes.
Oh, my gosh. I am not a tough mutter.
And there's also one where they had, like, ice-cold water. Like, there was ice 6 foot around the water, and you had to submerge yourself underneath and like swim under a wall, and then you had to climb over a wall in like this.
Yes.
30.
I've
really,
seen those.
Yeah.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
It woke you up, but it got rid of some of the mud, which was a little helpful.
So you're willing to do all this and play Dungeons and Dragons, and somebody dumped you or didn't want to be with you, or
Yep.
how does that happen? Oh, you're just too special. Too damn special for anyone. That's what it is.
No one can really keep up with me.
That's what it is.
And then I play roller derby, and I've got two more mud runs I'm doing. I'm doing like a Spartan race they're all the same thing. They're just all called something different. And then
Sure.
I've got half my derby team doing a Tough Mudder in October.
Nice.
Well, now that you're becoming more
Usually
experienced
go-
with,
mhm.
because you're becoming more experienced with the Tough Mudders, do you think you could do one, put me in a backpack like Yoda, and run through the Tough Mudder with me on your back? Because that would be fantastic. Because I would have a perfect bird's eye view of the whole race, and I wouldn't have to be worn out.
Could you talk to me like Yoda?
Oh, I would definitely, the whole time.
Okay. Well, you're going to have to.
Make me a sandwich, you will.
You're going to be whiny like Liz, like, I can't, it's too big.
But I'd be the Yoda back there smoking a Cuban and
It's
drinking
right
some whiskey
there.
while you're running.
Oh. As long as you share the whiskey when we're done, that's okay.
Well, see, secretly through the race, I would switch your camel pack over to my whiskey bottle.
Oh, boy. Oh,
So you
boy.
have 2 more this year?
I would notice.
2 more Tough
And
Mudders
what?
this year?
I have
One's a
2 more,
Spartan.
like, just mud
Oh,
runs,
okay.
and then I've got 1 more Tough Mudder this year. I mean, next year, who knows?
So real quick, give us the roller derby rundown. Now, are you guys on hiatus for the summer, or are you gearing up for the fall? What's going on?
We are just gearing up. We started practice this week, actually. We were off for about 3 weeks. And our next bout is on August 27th against Kalamazoo, which are, they're from Kalamazoo.
Ah,
Yeah, we're back at the grind.
nice.
They're trying to get me to do more jamming. Freaks me out, but,
Well,
if I could do Tough Mudder, I could jam.
Yeah, I think you got it in you.
I'll tell you, my 11-year-old daughter, she didn't. There was 2 people she loved to watch jam. One was Peach from the Rockford Rage, and
Because
you,
Peach is amazing.
and
Really?
you.
Me?
When you put on the jammer helmet, she was in the front row, and I believe I got a shush when I tried to talk to her. She's like, shh, 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 booby trap.
I think it's just because I smashed my way through. I don't do anything like gracefully. I just get out of my way and I just hit
Well, that's
people.
what it is. There's no finesse. It's just
Yeah.
balls out, barrel through the middle, and try and stop me.
I completely disagree, JDawg. I think she's got to channel her inner rogue and start.
You go all stealthy.
Yeah, like throw smoke pellets, or something. A couple shurikens
vanish.
shurikens in the
Do a little
heels.
distract.
That would do it.
I can see it now as she's approaching the pack and she's trying to jam through. She's envisioning the trapeze on the other side of them, and she's leaping through them to grab that trapeze, because if she doesn't get a hold of it, she's
Jump
plummeting
over them.
50 feet to her death. Well, to get wet anyways.
Well, still. So you're that tired, and then the prospect of swimming is awful.
Ooh.
Yeah, exactly. So I'd rather swing across and not have to swim.
Exactly.
And the water's only like a foot deep, right?
Oh, no.
Which is another
They
deterrent.
definitely have it. They have it deep enough where you won't die. Thank goodness.
Either that, or you want to be late enough in the race that the stack of dead bodies is high enough that it doesn't. You can just kind of roll down them. That was in what?
At that point,
I think I saw that in a
I might
movie
just
once.
go, all right, you know what? I'm out. Just give me my beer. I'm done.
Give me my beer and my turkey leg.
Yep. If I see a pile of dead bodies, I'm just going to demand my beer and go.
Oh. Well, I tell you, Booby Trap, this is this contact list roulette has turned into a complete segment on the show. We were intending this just to be, hey, what are you
I
doing?
like
Why are you
that.
calling me? We're calling you because it's funny, ha ha ha, and hang up. And no, we got
Oh,
we got a
you got
whole
a
segment of Booby Trap.
conversation out of it.
Fantastic. So I will keep you in the hat for contact list roulette. This could happen again, but I think offline,
Ooh.
off the show here, we're
Should
gonna
I
have to
hang
work
up
on this
next time?
segment. We're gonna have to work on this segment of you reading your scriptures over some nice soft music.
Should. You call my scriptures. I can put together my Bible, the Booby Trap Bible.
The Booby Trap Bible. Let me see what I can do in post production tonight. You take a listen to the show and you see what you think, and we'll talk. I'll have my people talk to your
Okay.
people.
Okay.
Well, my people is Leevis.
You're right. Yeah, I'll talk to him.
My people is me.
Well, I'll give you a call. There you go.
Yeah. Yeah. Keep it simple.
All right, well, we don't want to keep you from your show any longer. We know how much those guys mean to you.
Obviously.
Or at least we know how much other guys don't mean to you when, you're listening to those guys.
when Matthew Mercer's around.
Yeah.
And hopefully when you're done with the show,
I
you
made
won't.
him.
Hopefully when you're done with the show, you won't
I
be able to
made
even
him.
walk to the bedroom. So.
Oh. I made him tear up. I made him tear up, guys.
You did?
You made Mercer tear up?
When
Okay.
I told him my story. Yes.
One more story.
Oh no, I already told you the story. I told him my D&D story, like my D&D.
And that's
what
made him tear up?
He was
Nice.
just how I was told not to play because I was a girl and because it was evil, and then how I overcame all of that. And he's like, "That's so beautiful," and then he hugged me, and it was his hair smelled like strawberries. It was the most. Anyway, I should probably stop talking before he gets the restraining order out on me.
Well, don't most men tear up when they hug you? And for what I've seen.
From what you've seen, yep. Mm-hmm. Depends on if I still have all my derby gear on, if I smell really bad.
You said it, I didn't.
Or covered in mud. Or, yeah.
Yeah, or covered
Or
in mud.
covered in mud. Yeah.
All right, Boobie Trap. Thank you very much
Yeah,
for
thank you
entertaining
so
our
much.
call tonight
Yes.
for contact. Go ahead, Lee. Leave
No,
us.
I was just going to say I really appreciate it.
Oh, no.
So
I
it's
mean,
good to-
close us out with
What?
the theme song.
Oh, we're finishing?
No, not that
Oh.
song. For the segment.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Contact list roulette.
See, you,
Hi,
there you go.
Bye. Love you. That was interesting. Oh, when you did that last song there, the entire graph just went red on the
Yeah, so I tried to
the
get away from
recording
the mic.
studio here.
Got a little excited.
I loved it.
You are a full half glass ahead of me. I see.
I think you. I am. That means you're only half gone. I think you went up 3 octaves from that one note. I think you went 3 octaves.
I was
up before you
inspired. What can I say?
Talk about inspired. Oh, Boobie Trap! Wow,
Been a while. She
some-
had some stuff to talk about.
got some post production to do. But I told her to go for it. It's not like she just threw it out there. Oh well,
Brilliant.
Leevis, what I'd like you to do, I'm just going to put the headphones down here for a minute because I need to get another drink. So just talk amongst yourself for a moment.
How is that going to work? No.
Oh, you'll see how it's going to work.
Okay. Well, let's see. For those of you Asian Matt fans,
You can describe what I'm doing.
gosh, all right. So apparently, my glass doesn't have enough alcohol in it, and oh look, it's the Evan Williams Cherry Whiskey.
Why don't you
again.
read their little moniker on here about what it's about?
Kentucky liqueur, completely undetectable in Coke.
There you go.
Yeah, I think that's what it says. So, because it really does just taste like a Coke and grenadine, folks, for those of you looking for booze that doesn't taste like booze.
I call it medicine.
Yeah. I think it tastes better than any of the... Okay, so there is another Coke actually being added at this point. I feel like I'm at the movies with the not-so-subtle subliminal messages telling me to go spend $14 on popcorn.
Silly me, I forgot the ice.
Yes. Meanwhile, JDawg iced himself after a long talk with Boobie Trap. That doesn't surprise me at all.
One has to.
You got a cold shower in your future, don't you?
Couple.
Back to back.
All right, locked and loaded.
Showers.
Oh, there ain't nothing like putting Evan Williams in my mouth. Me and Evan, good friends. Good friends.
Oh, shoot.
Oh. Well, that was enlightening because contactless roulette is generally, like I was kind of saying during the segment, it's supposed to be pretty quick. They don't know we're calling and how you doing, and this is the JDawg and Leevis Show, and they're like, what are you talking about? I'm on the air. That's what we're expecting, and then we get it was planned.
What are the odds? That's roulette for you.
What are the odds?
So,
I'll tell you what. That segment was absolutely inspiring.
I want to go to Gen Con. and I want to find out who these people are, and I'm going to go watch Critical Role, and I may even buy a coloring book. You know, that's where I'm at.
And you want to listen to the inspirational thought of the day.
I don't know if my brain can handle it, but
Well, it's going to have to.
And now, on the JDawg and Leevis Show, inspirational thought of the day.
I'm Dr. Steve Rule. We'll focus on genders. Some people are boys, but they want to be girls. Some girls want to be boys. Just be happy with your vagina. You got it already. You don't have to make a new one. And if you got a penis, just keep it on it. Don't cut it off.
This has been another inspirational thought of the day on the JDawg and Leevis Show.
he just makes it sound so clear.
Exactly. Just be happy with your vagina
On the elevator.
and your penis. Well, generally when I'm on the elevator, I like to display the penis.
That may be why you've been
Because
kicked
most
off
people
of
run away when I display the penis, but on an elevator, where are they going to go?
captive audience.
That's right, the girl of Ipanema. Yeah, in the Olympics, they actually
Oh.
played that song in the opening because it's in Rio, you know.
Oh, the girl from Ipanema?
The girl from Ipanema. And the funny thing is, it was the girl that played the girl of Ipanema, easy for me to say, Ipanema, you know
Try
what
it
I'm trying to
again.
say. Tom Brady's wife.
Oh.
What's her name? Giselle
Gushun.
something like that.
Bush. There's a B in there.
There was like a live guy playing the piano and singing that song, and she came walking across the stadium. Of course, absolutely gorgeous, all dolled up, all dressed up. She was the girl from Ipanema.
I did see that. I didn't know. There's no way she was a girl from Ipanema.
That's what she was portraying
Oh, okay.
as the girl from Ipanema. So,
Because I thought that was a movie, like back in the 60s
it
or
was.
something.
It
Okay.
was. But they had to have a beautiful girl do it, and she's from there.
I see.
So she was, the
But
star.
that actually explains, because I didn't know where Ipanema was. I was kind of wondering that.
And evidently, it's right there. Like the beach, Ipanema Beach, is in Rio.
I see.
Because you have the Copacabana. That's
Okay.
where the volleyball was done.
Ah.
Copacabana Beach, and then there's Ipanema. You know what I'm trying to say? That beach. Beep, beep. So yeah, they had her on there, and it was. I don't know. I guess as she's walking across, it was pretty inspirational. Every football guy in the world thinking, just at that moment was hating Tom Brady even a little more.
American football. Yeah.
Football.
The rest of the football enthusiasts probably didn't care so much.
I'm thinking no one in the stadium really knew who she was. Is she that girl that used to model? They had no idea she was.
Yeah.
But then that's kind of the theme of the week here too. There was articles on the internet about people saying that's Tom Brady's wife, rather than saying that's Giselle or whatever. it
Yeah.
was. Somebody that has their own fame being referred to as a football player's wife.
Yes.
And then it came up again.
Yes.
One of the Chicago Bears linemen
Yes.
is married to a gal, maybe married girlfriend. I think it was married.
Yeah, they're
And
married.
I still don't know what she won a medal in. She won a bronze medal.
It was like, I want to say it was shooting. It was one
It
of
could
the
be.
shooting events.
I mean, it wasn't a real prominent thing that everybody knows about, but the article in the Chicago paper said Chicago Bear lineman's wife wins bronze.
Yes.
And didn't even put her name in the title.
Mm-hmm.
So I get where they're coming from. We wouldn't, if you said her name, we wouldn't read it, but if you said Chicago Bear lineman, it gets our interest, but at least put her name in there.
Yeah.
I mean, she got a bronze medal in the Olympics at something. She's the third best in the world at something.
Was the
And I can guarantee you that Chicago Bear lineman, whoever he is probably not in the top 47
right
of Illinois at what he does. So that was pretty disheartening.
Yeah.
But is it Giselle?
Yeah, it's definitely
Gazelle?
Giselle. No. Yeah, it's
Jizzy?
Giselle Bushon, I think.
Yeah, something like that. Brady.
Yeah, I'm sure there. Yeah, hyphen Brady.
So
Something.
I will, from now on, when I keep saying, my wife,
Mm-hmm.
I think I should refer to her as JDawg's wife
I think so.
from now on.
Especially in print.
Right. JDawg's wife did this. JDawg's wife did this. Leevis's wife did this.
Yeah.
Their names aren't important anymore.
Yeah.
They're women. Women.
See, you know what would happen in the Leevis household is that the next article would then be the wife of the late Leevis. So it wouldn't take long.
Well, let's just say
Mrs. Leevis doesn't put up with that crap. Let's
without
put it that way.
without JDawg's wife, there'd be no JDawg.
Yeah.
There would be no JDawg. JDawg would not be fed. JDawg would not have clean clothes. JDawg's kids would be running amok. JDawg loves JDawg's wife very much because it makes his life much easier. And I love her to pieces. To pieces. That's kind of like Saul there.
Yeah.
Saul loves my wife to
Apparently.
pieces. Huh.
She doesn't listen to the show anyway. I don't know why you're
exactly.
plugging her.
She did make an appearance, though, while Agent Matt was here.
Yeah.
You heard her voice for like 2 seconds
Uh-huh.
when she delivered the meatballs.
Yep.
The balls.
Do you smell that? That's the smell of no meatballs for
Oh, yeah.
Leevis.
Yeah.
That's what I'm smelling.
Well, what's your heritage? Caucasian?
Not
No
not
Caucasian meatballs.
Yeah.
I could put some Caucasian balls in your face if you want. I can help you out with that. Well, we're getting a little deep in the show here, but...
How deep, JDawg? Are we getting balls deep in this show?
We are Caucasian balls deep in the show. Considering, though, that nobody listens to the show anymore, and that the listeners are dropping, we're going to go a little longer tonight.
I see.
Because then, they can choose their segments.
Okay.
And maybe I'll just say where Boobie Trap starts so that they can just tune in and listen to Boobie Trap.
That's okay.
Yeah, so they don't have to listen to all the other rhetoric. Did I use that correctly?
I believe so.
See, you don't have to ding me there.
Close enough.
Yes. So, what is the other thing we want to do? Oh, well, it's probably too late to call Florida Amy now.
It would be
I'm thinking it's like
10 to 11. She did. Earlier
because she didn't answer the phone last week for contactless roulette,
Yes.
so we were thinking of bugging her again.
No, you accidentally called her this evening.
But I don't even think the call went through. I hit end quick enough.
Well, I think the call did go through because Florida Amy texted me back and said, I missed JDawg's call again because I was texting my mother about the potato skins I'm eating and I accidentally hit ignore.
Then you know what we're going to do?
So
we're going to call her.
I think we should.
Wait, what time is it over there now?
So it's close to 13 o'clock, 11 o'clock, something. I don't know.
All right, well, let's see what we get here.
13:05.
She has no idea we're calling back. This is true contactless roulette. Florida Amy, everybody. Hopefully she's sleeping.
Your call has been forwarded to an
or
automatic voice message
she
system.
saw that I called and turned her ringer off.
That could be, too.
At the tone, please record your message. When you have finished recording, you may hang
I
up
gotta leave this
or
message
press
to the
1 for
emergency.
more
Potato
options.
skins.
Amy, you've got to call me back. We've had a death in the family. Talk to you soon. Now, the reason I did that is because after last week, in the fact that I hadn't talked to Florida Amy in a very long time,
Yes.
she said, I missed your call, but when I saw that you called, I immediately thought there was a death in the family. So,
And this is
apparently
JDawg's,
that's the only time I ever call my friends is when somebody in my family dies.
JDawg's sixth sense of humor
So,
is riding that line between reality and not so reality.
well, it's good for radio.
Good for heart attacks too.
That's what she gets for not answering. That's what she gets for going to bed at a responsible time to get up for
Right.
work
Way to be an adult
and not
Florida
receive
Amy.
my call about a death in the family. And really, I'm trying to get as many friends as I can by doing this.
by telling them that there's been
Because
a death
apparently
in
I
the
can
family?
only call my friends when there's a death in the family, but I only have so many family members.
Yeah.
So I probably
Well, if you
just
keep killing them off,
Yeah.
even fictitiously.
Well, that has a lot to do with Evan Williams.
Oh, yeah.
He's a murderer. He's a serial killer.
Sweet, sweet murder.
So, yeah, we missed Florida Amy again. That's okay. We'll keep calling her.
Yeah.
We'll
yeah.
try this again. Maybe a little sooner next time.
Yeah, I think we should.
And again, it's not our fault. She lives in Florida.
That was a life decision that we've always questioned.
Not our fault.
So
So, and then maybe I'll just give the phone number out on the show and you can all call her. I'm sure she'd appreciate that. It's real easy to get a new number these days. It's like just one phone call. You just call the carrier and they just give you a new number.
They're everywhere. Yeah.
All right, so
That's definitely Evan Williams talking.
we got Boobie Trap, we got Florida Amy.
Did we want to talk about what we did last weekend before we wrap things up?
We should probably do that. Last weekend,
If anything, yeah, it segues into next weekend.
first time in a long time, last weekend, Leevis and I graced Minahans in Genoa for an evening with drummer Dirk.
Minihands needs a theme song also.
They do.
Except
Should
it'll
come up
sound
with that.
exactly like the chat roulette,
It
one
will.
if I were to sing it right now. So, anyway, Dirk the drummer.
It was Dirk the
Sorry.
drummer, Asian Matt, in Studio Marty.
In Studio Marty.
And we pretty much rocked the house with special guest, and I didn't get his last name, so I'm never going to be able to talk to him again. Happy bassist Ryan.
Yes.
This guy comes in.
He was the happy
He walks up
bassist.
to the bar as we're all playing music, and he looks over and says, "My God," and runs behind Leevis and picks up the acoustic bass and just starts killing it. Absolutely an accomplished bass player. But at the same time, he has this small Mario mustache, the kind of mustache that you have to lick your fingers and groom at least every 5 minutes. It's just beautiful and
Wait,
perfect.
so you were licking your fingers and grooming it?
Absolutely,
Okay.
because he was playing the bass, so I didn't want him to stop playing the song, so I had to groom it for him.
It was really good. You're right.
And he had on like a derby cap, and it just had the whole Mario look going. Mm-hmm. But I'd say early 30s, and he was actually home visiting his folks because he grew up in Genoa, Illinois.
Okay.
And he was visiting his folks.
I didn't get his story at all.
And was living in Texas, and just found out about Minahans and came down. And the night before, he had played with some guys that played there the night before.
Oh, okay.
So some guys went in and played and just played open mic all night. And he said, I couldn't believe when I walked in that it was happening again with a different group of people in a different genre and a different type of music. And he was just so happy playing the bass. And the style that he was playing the acoustic bass, holding it straight up like a stand-up bass. Mm-hmm. And it was just amazing. And his fingers were just flying, and I just appreciated every single minute of it. I played a couple songs with him. Leevis played a couple songs with him.
You know what I like about Ryan the bassist, Ryan the happy bassist, was even after playing with us, he continued to extol our virtues and our talent.
Yes.
Which
is hard to do.
Which is very generous of him.
Oh, he taught me something else, actually, at the bar as well. Nothing to do with music.
Oh, yeah?
I'd never heard the term before, as he turned to me and said, "Here, I got you a ball and a bat."
Ball and a bat?
A ball and a bat.
Okay.
The ball was a shot of straight bourbon whiskey.
Okay.
And the bat was a Irish red beer.
Oh.
So I swallowed the ball and chased it with a bat.
I see.
And I thought that was pretty cool. I never heard that before.
I had
in
no
my
idea.
old age and all the drinking I've done in all the bars,
Right.
I hang out at the bars all the time.
You're such an accomplished whiskey drinker.
Freaking drunk.
That,
Yeah, I drink cherry whiskey from Evan Williams.
On sale.
If you want to talk to me about whiskey, just let me know. I'll tell you all about it.
And so I did
Is
a
that
ball and a
Porky
bat with
Pig? Who was that?
I just wanted to tell you, I don't really know who this is. We could probably make him a character, but I'll tell you, I went over there with Happy Ryan, the bassist, and had a ball and a bat. He gave it to me, and I slammed it down, and then I took that bat, and with the recommendation of Saul Rosenberg, I wrapped it with salami and shoved it down my throat. Oh, it's kind of a mixture of Ned Flanders, and that's really all I could really come up with right now. It's
definitely some.
I don't know who it is. It could be a character.
No, it's a character, all right.
Maybe it's Ned Flanders and Krusty the Clown mixed together.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it's Ned Flanders trying to be Krusty the Clown. That could be.
I think we found our next Uber driver.
The next Uber driver. He could be Genoan famous. Well, yeah, so that was Minahans, and we had a great time. Dirk the drummer
Yeah, it
came
was
out
lovely.
again and killed it.
I was up way too late again.
Dirk the drummer now has played with us a few times at Minahans, and in that few times he's learned the breaks in all the songs that we do.
Mm-hmm.
And now they are starting to sound as if we somewhat practiced.
Which is hysterical.
Who practices?
To actually sound like we know what we're doing.
Which, by the way, we should probably practice soon.
Yes, because we do have to know what we're doing shortly.
In mid-September, which is like a month.
Right.
3 shows in 4 days.
The Gauntlet.
I think it is, with the Tavern Hill Liars. and I think we're going to get one practice in. Haven't practiced in a year.
Which is 3 more than we've had
Since last October.
Yeah.
So that should be good, because that's set for the apple orchard on Sunday at the Jonah Mac Orchard.
Mm-hmm.
It's Sunday the 18th. The Tavern Hill Liars will be performing.
Okay. Yep.
It's only 4 hours.
It is only 4 hours. What could possibly go wrong?
What could possibly go wrong? Mm-hmm. The thing with that, though, if you come out to the Jonah Mac Orchard in Malta... Is it Jonah Mac?
Yeah, it's Jonah.
Oh.
It's not like... Yeah.
It's the whiskey.
Fair enough.
The Jonah Mac Orchard.
We'll have to drink apple whiskey next time.
In Malta, Illinois.
That you pronounced correctly.
September 18th. You're going to get the Tavern Hill Liars, but I think because it being a 4-hour show, you're also going to get a little taste of in-studio Marty on stage.
There's a darn good chance of that.
And whoever else wants to come up and help. And I mean help. So...
Maybe we can run into Ryan the bassist again and give him a 48-minute solo. That would take care of things.
I don't see why there could be a reason that Dirk the drummer couldn't come out and play something.
Mm-hmm.
That would be kind of cool.
On the cajon.
Yeah.
Might get a little bored.
He's got like a little Brian Seltzer 3 drum set.
Oh.
He's got this little mini bass that he says is very portable, and the snare and the hi-hat. Throw that up there with a cajon, and this guy could just go to town.
Mm.
You got to give him a cowbell, too.
Yeah, probably.
And I think we should actually have a cow on the stage wearing the bell.
There you go. Mm-hmm.
And then I think you playing the guitar should be riding the cow.
I was going to say,
Dirk is hitting the cowbell.
Dirk is talented enough to keep rhythm on a live cowbell. You know,
leave us on a live cow. That's a
and
show.
me on a live cow. Yeah,
you don't have to play anything. Just 4 hours of that. Just the cow walking around the stage. Leave us riding the cow. Oh.
And I'm your number one fan. I'll be there to watch that cow. I'll tell you what, while you're out there, I'll groom that cow. I'll wash him down, and I'll clean the udders, and it'll just be ridiculous. Hey,
I got to figure that out. Who's that going to be?
I don't know, but I'm going to grab the guitar. That guy shows up
that's
again.
That's not a guitar.
This show's over.
You know what that is.
Oh, I mean
it's a 16-string gilly.
I was going to say a 9-string gilly, but I would be off by 7 strings.
It could be.
Oh, gosh.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are about 3 hours into the show now. Which is funny because Spreaker only gives us 3 hours a day.
Really?
But I wonder, if you start at 9:01 in the evening,
yeah,
when midnight hits, do you get another 3 hours? Could we do a 6-hour show?
That's a good question.
Spreaker, what do you say? Just saying. I'm thinking out loud. It's dangerous. Well, tonight was it was Boobie Trap night.
It was.
And it was fantastic. We haven't talked to her in quite some time. Looking very forward to the roller derby season.
Yep.
That's coming up. Nitroglycerin. Wait a minute. Hold the phone. Florida Amy is calling in. Hello?
Hello?
It's Florida Amy, everybody.
Hey, Florida Amy.
Hello.
I knew I could get you to call back if I just told you.
Said the 3 magic words.
The 3 magic words. Death in family.
Yep. Work like a dream. And let me tell you what, it is practically unprecedented for me to actually call anyone back. You should really, really feel good about the fact that I was concerned, so concerned about who the death in the family might be, that I called you back.
Well, it was a gerbil.
No, not the gerbil.
And the gerbil's name was Lowry.
Oh, well.
Little Lowry is gone. I don't want to get into details. Let's just leave it like an obituary, but Little Lowry is gone.
Okay.
Thank you for calling back. Thank you for definitely making me feel better about it. But I'll have you know, and if you listen back to the show, we were in the middle of closing the show out.
Oh, well, I'm sorry to interrupt.
Absolutely
not.
No. When Florida Amy came up on the phone, the show just started again.
Yeah.
I don't want to delay the end of the show. I know everyone who's listening is waiting to,
for us to shut up.
Are you trying to say that people
look
look forward to the end of the show?
We're in overtime. We are way in overtime.
Wow. Well, what's happening there?
Well, Florida Amy, right now it's probably 11:04, I think, in your time zone.
It is.
You're in the Bermuda Triangle, right?
Yeah. No.
I am in the great Central Florida area of Florida, hence Florida Amy.
Central Florida. You are in the central area of the Florida appendage.
Yes, I am.
Of the United States. So,
correct.
Isn't there down there somewhere in Central? There's like a big lake, and then next to that, there's like a home and a castle and a mouse, and somewhere around there.
Yeah.
And,
If we were to come and visit, is there anything to see down there?
yeah, I'm curious what's in Central Florida.
We have a few area attractions that you might be interested in or have heard of.
Like a water slide?
Why, throw one at me. Let's see if I've heard of it. Go ahead.
Well, there's, Gatorland.
Did you say Skater?
Skaterland?
Skaterland?
Is that anything like Skate USA in
Skaterland.
Streamwood, Illinois? Or what was that?
Not
I don't
quite
remember
as-
what that was called.
Not
Main
quite
Street.
as good as Skate USA. We have a little place called Universal Orlando. Might have heard of
I
that.
think I've heard of that.
Universal.
Universal.
It sounds small.
Yeah.
It is. It's okay.
But being Universal,
Really that
everyone
kind of
enjoys
thing.
it.
We have SeaWorld.
Oh.
Lots of, very. You can have a nice, relaxing day at SeaWorld.
At,
Or
at SeaWorld, do you have the whales there?
we do have the whales
Okay.
at SeaWorld.
Do you have the
Orlando.
controversial
They are-
whales?
They are still there.
Okay.
They don't perform. They just exist at SeaWorld where they are well cared for, and you can observe them in their habitat that they have become accustomed to, where they are well taken care of and loved by the staff at SeaWorld.
And loved by JDawg and Leevis.
Yes.
I mean, whether we're there or not, we love the whales.
I'm a fan of the orcas.
Yeah.
Who doesn't love an orca? Except, all the people that...
They are an apex
about
predator, so there's probably lots of critters out there that aren't real. I hear gerbils are not big fans of the orcas.
Is that what happened to Little Lowery?
Like I said, I don't want to get into details about Little Lowery.
That would be dramatic.
Yeah, it was an Illinois orca accident. Yeah, we don't want to talk about it.
I know a lot
Little
about
Lowery
that
lived a
basement.
good life of 6 months until his demise, but just stay tuned for the obituary. I will post it in the
Okay.
Central Florida newspaper for you so that you can
I'll
read
pay
it.
attention to it.
And I know you can't make it for the funeral, but I know that your wishes will be there, and I'm sure you'll send flowers.
Yeah, I'll be there in spirit. And then we also have a little set of attractions called Walt Disney World here in Central Florida that you might have heard of as
Did you
well.
say Walt Disney World?
He's been dead for
Well-
years.
Yeah.
Who would want to go see him?
It's, the people who can't get into SeaWorld. Swing on by.
Sorry, SeaWorld's full, kids.
So
You're going to have to go hang out with a mouse.
The moose out front should have told you.
Right.
So closed for repairs. So this mouse you speak of, this Walt Disney World you speak of, is it like, do you just go there and is it like free for the kids? Do kids get in free? I mean, is it like a family thing or?
It's not quite free. I wouldn't consider it free.
Because here in Illinois we have the Costly Zoo in West Chicago, and it's free for kids, and it's a great time. You can spend at
Really?
least an hour and a half there,
Well, and
and they do have gerbils.
here, okay, make a case for
I
this Walt Disney. Why should I go to Walt Disney World instead of
Costly Zoo.
No, I was going to say instead of Santa's Village
Oh, Santa's Village, yes.
of West Dundee.
Because that right there is 8 hours of fun in the sun.
Well, I'll have to admit, you might have to refresh my memory on some of the offerings available at Santa's Village.
Oh, boy.
I've
Okay,
been
let me
to
sum that
those
up.
for
Let me
like
sum that up for
30
you.
years.
Let me sum you up those offerings. Santa's there. Okay? Can you top Santa in July?
Yeah, Disney World. You got to
You hear the
Santa.
silence?
Yeah.
You hear the
Uh-huh.
silence from Walt Disney
We
World?
stumped Disney.
I got 3 words for you:
Uh-oh.
Anna and Elsa.
Oh.
Oh, I'm not going to do it.
They're
I'm
the-
not going to do it. Yes, I am. Just let it go, Amy.
365 days a year.
Let it go.
So,
There, I did it. Goodness gracious.
So if you want to build a snowman, that's the place to do it.
In Central Florida.
I don't know. I was at a Rockford Rivets game the other day, and Anna and Elsa both showed up at that. So they're getting around.
That wasn't the real Anna and Elsa.
Oh,
The real Anna and Elsa you can only find at Epcot at Walt Disney World.
Well, that brings up a funny story. Now, let's put all this kidding aside. I actually went to your Walt Disney World, okay? And I went to your Epcot Center. And I went on your ride in the Epcot Center. You know what happened to me in the Epcot Center? I got stuck on that ride, and I had to listen to Socrates for 45 minutes. And then, after I listened to his speech for 45 minutes, I had to get off of your Epcot Center ride and walk down to the bottom in the dark with one flashlight in the front. That, my friend, was one of the best rides I ever rode in my life.
Were you at least at the part where you're sitting backwards, kind of like laying on your back when you got stuck? Because that would be kind of cool.
Didn't get to that point.
No?
Didn't even know that existed.
Spoilers!
Oh.
I'll tell you, though, when the lights were out and Socrates was talking, though, there was a lot of touching going on. I'm just saying.
There's something to be said for the things that you can see during an evac situation like that. And I'm glad that you and all the rest of the your traveling companions were safe.
Well, now I
safely exited out of the attraction.
I didn't see much because the house lights came on, but then those went out. Ooh. And that's we were led by a flashlight by some guy that said,
JDawg?
"Follow me." So there's like 40 people following him, and I'm in the back, and he's up there with a flashlight. So
I think what this really describes is the dark cloud that hangs over JDawg.
Well, let me tell you about that dark cloud, because then I went over to what is the railroad roller coaster at Walt Disney World? What is that called? The Thunder Mountain Railroad.
Big Thunder Mountain Railroad?
Thunder Mountain Railroad. Got over there, got in line. I got 10 people away from getting on the ride, and it broke. Half-hour wait.
This is
half-hour wait standing 10 people away. This was immediately after Epcot.
This is why you aren't allowed in Central Florida anymore.
So perhaps I have that pigpen cloud floating over me.
Mm-hmm.
This is why no one wants to travel with JDawg.
That's
exactly.
So probably what should happen is the next time you're planning a trip, you should definitely let your listeners know so that they are sure to not be going to the same place at the same time.
I think so.
Thus, ensuring a tragic experience.
But you know what's great about that? Because if I let all the listeners know that I'm going to Costly Zoo, then I got the gerbils all to myself.
Is the zoo actually called Costly Zoo?
It's called Costly Zoo in West Chicago, Illinois.
And it costs $6. How costly?
Well, the kids are free.
How costly is the Costly Zoo?
Owned by the Costly family?
I believe so. It is not. It is not a costly zoo.
I see.
It is, or maybe I'm putting the T where it shouldn't be. Maybe it's the Costly Zoo. COSLEY.
I would feel better about that. I just
the
feel
Cosby
like
Zoo.
It's the Cosby Zoo. It's the Cosby Zoo, and the first attraction is Bill Cosby handing you a drink as you walk in.
I want a pudding pop. If I'm going there for free, I want a pudding pop.
Pudding pops for the gentlemen, cocktails for the ladies. Welcome to the Cosby Zoo.
And I'd like to introduce you to Lowry.
I'd be careful with that cocktail.
Yeah, exactly. You need that fancy nail polish that those kids from MIT made, where you put your finger in it and stir it, and your nail polish changes colors.
Exactly. I know what you're talking about. Yep. I don't know if JDawg knows what you're talking about.
I have a couple cocktails for you. You want to hear about them?
No, I think you should follow Amy's
you meant
story.
Drink. I'm sorry.
No, there's what was it? Fingernail polish?
Yes.
Yep.
You know that?
I've heard. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Absolutely.
So I thought maybe I knew something you didn't, but apparently, yet again, I don't.
I use that same exact liquid to dissolve Little Lowery to get rid of the evidence too. So I'm just... He was gone. He gone. Bless his heart.
I see Little Lowery.
Can you get the internet in the Bahamas? I just want to know it as I do post-production on this show.
You can get the internet in the Bahamas because the only way I really have communication with Big Lowry is via the internet really while he's there.
Yes, Big Lowry, Little Lowry. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, Florida Amy, we don't want to keep you up all night long, but I'll tell you what, any time that my phone rings and it says Florida Amy on it, it's getting answered.
Well, that is wonderful to hear, and I'll let you know. I'll try a little harder the next time I know JDawg and Leevis are calling me to actually answer on the first, not the second or third go around.
Well, and I'm also running out of family members too, so hopefully you'll just call back for the heck of it.
He can't keep killing people off.
You can only have 4 grandparents die. I'm just saying. Step grandparents don't count.
Well, I'm not afraid of you, JDawg, so I think it's all good.
As well, you shouldn't be. As well,
Thank
you
you.
shouldn't be. What is it now? We're going on 23 years, the anniversary of the prom.
It would be 23 years, yep.
Yeah, I think it's 23 years.
23. Aren't we doing our 25th anniversary or 25th reunion?
Oh, yeah, you're right. Boy, Jim and I did not excel in math. So
Did you go
we
senior
must
year?
have-
Then
You must have been the...
then it
yeah,
would be
you
at
must have
least
been the-
25.
You were in the smart math.
So
24, 20. Yeah, the
Yeah.
25th is coming. And somebody had mentioned, I guess, the class of 91 at our high school is getting together for a get-together. It's not actually a reunion.
No,
but
it's
there's
a
been a lot of
reunion.
talking going on. But it's not like a 25th or a 30th.
yeah, it is.
But
Come on.
but somebody talked about the 30th isn't for like another 3 years. We're like on 24, 20.
No, we're 25.
Is it 25? Do
It's
people have 20? I thought it was
25
20
this
and 30. Is
Yeah.
it 25 too?
2016
Yeah.
minus 1991.
Pull out the calculator,
was
JDawg.
25.
25 to
Yeah.
Didn't you just
Hey.
get done saying I'm not good at math?
Yes.
I mean, we've already talked about my grammar on this show.
Can-
And that's very apparent. Now the math is out there. But I'll tell you what, I think I'm going to come back to this reunion. I'm going to wear the big Larkin head.
Can I talk to Amy?
That's
for a
what I'm
moment?
going to do. I'm going to wear the Larkin Royal head that I wore in high school at the basketball games as the Larkin Royal mascot. It was a giant head with a crown on it, and I used to run across the basketball court, and I'll tell you, it paid off because I was named 1991 Larkin High School Most Spirited. What did you get named, Leevis? What did you
Which
get
for,
named?
for Gen X was, amazing because nobody had any spirit. So you were leaps and bounds above.
Because the
rest of
star
us.
basketball player Randy Engel, I'll have you know,
I didn't get named anything, by the way.
told me I was awesome.
Really?
Yeah, Randy Engel.
Well,
I'm not kidding.
see, now you need to come to the reunion and bring that up. So
And when we played a state tournament against Hananega. I don't even remember where they're from.
Oh my
Iowa or
gosh.
something like that, or
no,
whatever.
they're by me.
Is it by you? I don't
Yeah.
know, wherever Hananega is. But it was like the Sweet 16. We were playing in Rockford, Illinois at the Metro Center. And when I ran across the court as they were going to a commercial break on the local television station, I ran into one of the Hananega players. And he fell flat on his butt. If you need a mascot, I'm your guy.
JDawg's the
Because
man.
not only do I cheer you on, I take out the other team.
I do recall that like it was yesterday, quite honestly.
It's on
And
a
I can
VHS somewhere.
I can recall your picture in the yearbook being named Most Spirited, and I can recall that because it was adjacent to my picture being named Most Humorous.
Hey!
Wasn't that with like a little tricycle and a clown outfit or something in
It
that
wasn't.
picture?
That's precisely what it was.
You're still the most humorous.
Well,
And
thanks.
JDawg still has
But-
some spirit, so I guess, high school speaks for something.
For something.
Hey, speaking of high school, did you take Spanish?
I did take Spanish.
Did you have Senior Barth?
I did have Senior Barth, and I saw that Senior Barth passed away. That's
All right.
terribly sad.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you for...
So there actually was a death in the family, I guess.
There
That's
was.
why we were calling
We
you.
can go there. But
That's why
anyway,
we were calling
yeah, I just wanted to clink a glass with you for old Senior.
Yeah,
So
for old Senior.
yep.
We had some awesome and demeaning times in his class.
And that's just it. He was an amazing teacher, and I love telling stories about him. So as far as he was just ruthless, but you freaking learned your Spanish because you had no other
Yeah.
choice. It was brilliant. He played
he was
us. He
great.
completely played us.
We were
So-
too dumb to know then.
Leevis, why don't you give us some of your Spanish right now?
I don't have much Spanish, but
Just show me what he taught you.
here's an example. On the guest comments from the funeral home, one of the girls was saying that he was a very influential teacher in her life, and she went into teaching because of him and all this kind of stuff. And then she said, "Yeah, we had this really close relationship. He even gave me a nickname." Now, Florida Amy knows exactly where I'm going with this, but he nicknamed her Hija del Diablo.
Oh.
Which, only if you were a child of this teacher would you or a student of this teacher, would you appreciate the fact that you got a specific nickname, even if it was Child of the Devil or Daughter of the Devil? And I read that comment and I'm like, I didn't get a nickname.
No, I didn't either.
I just, he would just say, Lino, 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 and shake his head, and that's as much as I got out of him. So,
Well, there you go.
yeah. Other than he would, he would say, "Okay, fools rush in where angels fear to tread. Who's going to the board? Lino." So I remember that pretty well.
Well, let me just say to you two, Florida Amy and Leevis, as you reminisce about Senior Barth, who I did not have. I did not take Spanish.
Really? You didn't take 4 years of Spanish?
I did not take 6 seconds of Spanish.
Oh, that's right. But we talked about all your German escapades last week.
That's what you want to call it.
Yes.
Du siehst aus wie ein Neandertaler.
He can still count to 10.
Yes, I can.
Amy.
Not going to do it.
Wow.
I'm not going to show off 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
See?
Did I miss Jim talking about the Elsie Festival?
You only got 22 podcasts to catch up. But let me just say, as you two talk about Senior Barth, I reminisce on a teacher that recently died. Well, maybe not recently, but within the last couple of years, that I was very close to in high school.
Yes.
He was my chess team coach.
Yes.
Because I played football and chess. When everybody else was busy playing the baseball.
And swimming.
I decided, yes, I was a football, swimming, chess guy. So
you were not.
His name was, shut your mouth, his name was Mr. Beards.
Oh, goodness.
Mr. Beards was the kind of guy,
JDawg.
well, let's just say he couldn't see very well. Okay?
Correct. He was legally blind.
He was legally blind. So every time he made a chess move, he would hold his eyes 3 inches from each piece and then move.
Yes.
But was a very good chess player and taught me everything I know about chess. And if you ever want to know about chess, I'll take you on, Leevis. I'll take you on. Don't worry.
I was much more of a casual chess
But as you
player.
guys talk about Senior Barth gracefully passing and everybody reminiscing, you know how one of my favorite teachers died? Mr. Beards. Do you remember that story?
I do, actually. But
yeah, he was threatening his wife with a gun and wound up out in the driveway pointing a gun at her. And when the police arrived, he pointed the gun at them, and they all shot him to death.
Yes.
So you guys enjoy your little story, and I'll just have nightmares tonight about Mr. Beards. Okay? So thank you very much.
Thanks
You
for
know,
I
you
wish
should
I
try
had
doing-
kind, gentle-hearted teachers, but I didn't. I had, I
God.
had murderous teachers.
Yeah, gentle-hearted is the last word that I would use to describe Senior Barth, but, and Amy backed me up on this.
Yeah, he
Although he wasn't gun-toting either, so...
Well, the next time we talk, perhaps we can go into the litany of problems that I had over the course of my high school career with my PE teachers, all of whom tried to fail me in PE because of my lack of athleticism, thus ruining my GPA.
Which
so my mother was constantly having to have conversations with the teachers, like, you can't fail Amy in gymnastics because you're going to ruin her GPA.
Which I beg to differ to the highest level, that you had no athletic ability, because your picture is still in the Wall of Fame.
You're on the wall.
One of the best bowlers ever to grace Larkin High School's halls.
Upstate 8 champion.
Upstate
Right,
8 champion bowler.
Varsity letter winner in bowling. It's the only sport during which eating and drinking by the participants is encouraged.
There's not another woman I know that can three-finger a ball like Florida Amy. I'm telling you. The lanes don't stand a chance. Oily, dry, doesn't matter.
I've got the fingertip grip. Ball's got my name on it.
So now you all know why I went to prom with her.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. Perfect.
Ba-dum-bum.
Ba-dum-bum. All right, well, it is now 11:24 Eastern Time, and we are now coming up on 6 hours on this show.
You're gonna run out of tape on your reel-to-reel?
The hard drive's almost
How does
up.
this
Yeah,
work?
the woolen sack reel-to-reel has 10 minutes left, and we need that for Lee's outro. So,
All right, well, I hope that in the course of the past week there's been a song developed for, what were we calling this? Contactless roulette?
Yes.
There probably wasn't. There was.
Well,
Okay,
that's what
good.
we're calling it.
oh, and you're gonna hear the
song still
the
needs a
theme
little
song
work.
for that. It needs work, but Lee's gonna give it to you here in just a moment.
Oh, good.
So, Florida Amy, thank you
Say
very
that
much for
now.
calling back. Thank you for being
Thank
so
you.
concerned
Thank
about
you
my
for
death
having
in the
me
family.
on the show.
Absolutely.
I'm very my condolences to the family on the loss of Little Lowery and Senor Barth,
Yes.
and to a lesser degree, Mr. Beard.
And do me a favor, tell Walt I said hi.
I will do that.
Thank you.
I will let him know that when I see him.
Give him a
tomorrow.
little friendly pat on the butt and say it's from JDawg.
And only one other
Got it.
person I'd like you to give a shout out to is tell Socrates that I really appreciate what he did for me and how he enhanced my life with his speech.
I hope you,
With his
I hope you
45-second
learned a
speech
lot.
75 times in a row.
Consider it done.
Florida Amy.
See, you just stole my theme song.
No, I didn't, because
Yeah,
yours has the ending. And
That's,
Florida Amy, please stay online until you hear it. I'll cut you off afterwards, but please listen to the ending of the theme song for Contactless Roulette. Leave us.
Contactless roulette.
She's inspired.
That's as much as I got.
Bye, Florida Amy.
Bye.
Bye.
Well, that was worth staying on for another 20 minutes.
What's that big red spot? Oh, that's me singing Contactless
That's you saying
Roulette.
Contactless Roulette. A lot of weird stuff going on with the levels tonight.
Yeah, we'll see what
I haven't
happens.
been able to adjust it, but I think it'll be fine.
I'm sure it will.
Because most of it's blue, a little bit of it's red.
We have content this time.
We do.
We actually have interesting people on the show other than you.
Yeah.
So,
Wait.
that was... I don't know what that means. Asian Matt's not here to sound cool, so... and to say the right thing.
Let's do the outro.
Do the outro. I'm all over it. You're not going to bring back...
10-string Gilly in his hand with his 6 fingers. Actually, why don't you give me a G, C, and D chord progression there? Not just regular chords. Don't pick them. Just give me some country. Just a nice... There you go. And just keep doing it over and over.
I can do this all night.
Yeah, just keep it up. Keep it up. Drinking cherry whiskey with Evan Williams, making me smile while millions of people are listening to me. Live on the radio, I'm smiling at Lee on the radio. Cherry whiskey with Evan Williams, he's gonna make me a man someday. As I watch the Olympics on NBC, I look at these tight young men and realize that I might be gay. Wait a minute. Where did that go? What the? They are awfully tight young men on the Olympics. Oh, that's swimming. I mean, I enjoy athletic, fittinism. Is that a word? Fittinism?
Well, what's not to support?
Oh, so svelte, and the way they just dive into that water.
Svelte.
Woo, svelte, smelt, I'd like to smell them.
Svelte is right. I'm just surprised.
The way
you
they
actually
glisten
used
when
it.
they come out of that water. My wife was asking me the other day, why do they splash themselves before they get in the water? The answer is so that I can enjoy the glistening beauty of their chest while it's all wet. Because when in the water, I can't see them. I need to see the wet chest when they're out of the water. Okay, so we know why JDawg watches the Olympics. Go USA! Go USA! I'd like to thank Evan Williams tonight for their donation of cherry whiskey to the show. Thank you, Evan, very much. I'd like to thank Florida Amy for calling us back to check on the death in the family.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Florida Amy. We'll be talking to you again.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we'll do a remote.
Oh,
Head
yeah,
on down
I
to
think we
Orlando.
should. I think we should.
Go see Walt Disney World in Florida Amy. I'd like to also thank Boobie Trap.
Absolutely.
Booby Trap, Skater, Adult Colorer, Comic-Con Connoisseur,
Gen Con.
Gen Con.
Yep. It's all right.
It's still a
I bet
con.
she goes to
It's a
Comic-Con too.
She would if she could. If I gave her a ticket to Comic-Con, is she going to say no?
Especially not if that guy is there.
That guy.
Matthew...
Doesn't matter anymore because she paused him for us.
So maybe if we're there, she'll
Yes.
be there.
And I would also like to thank myself.
Oh, Evan Williams.
I'd like to thank myself because if it wasn't for me...
Yes.
That's not true. That's not true at
Go
all.
on.
If it wasn't for me, life would not be very enjoyable.
And Evan Williams would not be getting drunk.
Yeah, I got a half a glass to go. All right, well,
that's
let's-
your 8th.
All right,
Yeah.
well, let's go through the ending here. You're listening to us on Spreaker.com. That's www.spreaker.com. You can also hear us on iTunes.com by searching for JDawg and Leevis. You can also hear us on Facebook. Well, you can't really hear us on Facebook, but if you go to the Facebook page, there's plenty of links to hear us there. The Facebook page, just go on to Facebook, type in JDawg and Leevis, JDawgandLeevis. You can also get us on YouTube. You go to YouTube, type in JDawg and Leevis, listen to the shows, and subscribe. And when you subscribe, you're going to get everything that happens to us on your phone. Well, maybe not everything.
Everything.
Yeah, whenever I go to the bathroom, it's to say JDawg's going to the bathroom.
We can give them everything.
If you hit the actual subscribe times 2 feature, it'll tell you if I'm going 1 or 2. So hit the subscribe button. If you go to Spreaker.com...
That Facebook knows everything.
It does. It does. If you go to the Spreaker.com website, there's also a follow button. You can click on follow, and it will send you all the information about our shows. So that's about it for now. Not going to tell you about Twitter. We hate Twitter.
Oh.
Twitter's terrible.
I see.
Yeah. Still have the same 2 followers.
Are
we
we,
really do. I report this every week, and it's the same 2 followers.
Abstaining from Twitter?
It's a sexy Mexican and my brother-in-law. They're there, and they get notifications every week that we
I
do
thought your
this show.
brother-in-law was a sexy Mexican.
He is. I wasn't going to say anything.
Oh, okay.
I was just going to say he was sexy.
Okay.
So, there you go. This one's in the books.
All right.
We are done. What is this, podcast 23? 22, 23?
Something like that.
It's one of those. Thank you, Evan Williams. We'll see you next week. Maybe the week after that. Maybe the week after that. I love you.